You should have seen me today, Eddie. Right around, I would say, maybe 1:30. I don't even 1:30 Eastern time as I'm prepping for the show. And the problem is sometimes I get so psyched up so early, and I'm going around taking it out. And like our former producer, Shane Conley, I am screaming at him, our boss, Steve Cohen. I'm ranting and raving in his office. I need to vent to somebody because I'm ticked off. And that's what, like, I wanted to jump on the air right then. If I had jumped on the air at the show started like 1:30 or 2 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock Eastern time, then this would have been the lead topic. I was so damn pissed off. It has to do with Stephen A. Smith, and I want to just preface it here one way. It ruined my Friday, and it might ruin my weekend. So people really, they take shots at Steve. They don't like Stephen A. Smith for some reason, and, his report shouldn't be taken seriously. And you know this. I often defend him on the program. He broke the LeBron Wade Bosh thing, the big 3 story down in Miami. He said Durant was leaving OKC. Durant left OKC. He's had other stuff along the way. I think he's great on television. Most people who rip him in the media, and there's a lot out there, just are jealous, right? Because he makes a ton of money. He's good. He's entertaining. What he did today is an embarrassment to the NBA media, to people that cover the sport. It's the reason why you get people always wonder, and I've gone on this rant before, why older players sound like, get off my lawn and get pissed off. It's because of stuff like this where nobody respects them. Okay? And that's what Stephen A. Smith did today. And it's going to be hard for me to take him seriously moving forward when he's talking about the history of the game. What he did today was an embarrassment. So Allen Iverson listed as top 5 players in the history of the sport, okay? In the Players Tribune. This is Iverson. You take it with a grain of salt. It's obviously asinine, but it's Allen Iverson. He's not supposed to cover the history of the sport. He's not responsible for breaking it down. He's not responsible for teaching people that know no better about the history of the sport. Stephen A. Smith is. So Allen Iverson put out a top 5 where he said Steph Curry, MJ, Kobe, LeBron, and Shaq were the 5 best players of all time. That's his all-time team. All right, so you're sitting there, you're going, that's pretty stupid. It's AI, who cares, etc., etc. Stephen A. Smith, on the other hand, Eddie, again, a member of the media, a respected voice, someone that millions of people listen to, he's got 1 million-plus followers on Twitter, is going to put out there that his all-time team, get this, is Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Shaquille O'Neal. So my question is, Stephen A., and I tweeted this out earlier because it's the only way that I could vent at the time because I was not on air. Can I ask you where the hell Magic Johnson is? Can I ask you where the frig Larry Bird is? How about Wilt Chamberlain or Oscar Robertson or Bill Russell or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or somebody that touched a basketball prior to 1990? I mean, did the sport not exist there? Is this what the media is? Is this how the media covers the sport now, where all of a sudden we know nothing about Magic Johnson? I mean, you and I love Steph Curry. I love Steph Curry. I could see him at the end of the day being the second best point guard in the history of the sport. Hell, if you want to say he's going to be better than Magic someday, I'm going to heavily disagree with you. I'm going to think you're on some type of drug. But at least, it's someday. It's not now. He's still got plenty of time left. Right now, he is better than Magic Johnson. Is this what the media is? That's an embarrassment. That you're telling me that Steph Curry already is better than Magic Johnson. Are you telling me that Kevin Durant, who does one thing, he scores, is better than Larry Bird, who was a better leader, obviously, was just as good of a scorer and shooter, was a guy, Eddie, that could pass the basketball like he was a late point guard, one of the top 5 passers in the history of the sport? Durant can't move the basketball. The team falls apart when he's got Klay Thompson next to him still out in Golden State. They can't even play above 500. He's better than Larry Bird. It's the same thing with Chris Paul all the time, where the members of the media want to say he's better than Isaiah Thomas. I got to watch somebody on the Washington Post do an article on the best players post-merger, and Chris Paul's ahead of Isaiah Thomas, and this guy's responsible for telling people how to view the sport and the history of the sport? That's asinine. That's a joke, and people wonder why these former players like Oscar Robertson go on air and get pissed off at the current players. It's the media's fault.